Okay. So the next point is we need to create one cloud integration destination, right? So for that, let me log into the development destination. So just a refresh. So let's go to the development instances and subscriptions. So for the cloud integration destination, it will be connected through your API uh, parameters using your API connectivity, API runtime, and username and client secret and password. The connection will be established. So for that, what we need to do is we need to go to click on create, then go to the service, process integration runtime, select the plan as API and Cloud Foundry dev space. Then after that, this is API hyphen runtime hyphen instance. Click on next. Now the roles, normally we require works package transport role. But what I'll do is I'll try to select all the roles. Let's take, because we are the admin guys, so let's take all the roles. So workspace transport, workspace packages transport. Then after that, grant type is client credentials is fine. Now click on next. Now click on create. So the cloud integration destination and API management, both the destinations will be created with your API runtime instance parameters. So we got an error here. API management. What is the error? Security artifact transport is exclusive and cannot be combined with any other roles. Please remove all other roles. Security artifact transport. Let us create again. Process integration runtime. Select it as API. Then API hyphen instance. Now in the roles, let me check. These all roles. Security material download. Click on next and click on create. So API instance is created. Now we'll go for create service key. In the service key, I'll give it as API underscore service underscore key. Click on create. And click on the API service key. Copy it. And let's go for cloud integration destination. So these are the details for this. Now the name of this should be cloud integration. And so the URI for this is this one. .com. Then after that, you need to add this API 1.0 transport module / transport. So copy the URL from here, paste it here. Then after that, you need to add this suffix API suffix to this, right? And after that, your token URL. So this for the development system. So you can copy this. Now the cloud integration done in development, yes. And client ID, client secret will take it up. So it should be cloud integration. So let me create one cloud integration now. I'll go to destinations, click on create destination. cloud integration. Then after that, the URL is, you need to copy the URL for this. Then internet and authentication is OAuth to client authentication. Client ID. Client ID will copy it from here. Password is your client secret. Token service URL, which should be this. Click on save. And for this, there is no additional properties. Now go to the check connection. Connection to cloud integration is established, right? Now it is done. Now within the connectivities, we created cloud integration. Then after that, content assembly service, then transport management service, right? So there are three things done. And if you want to create for API management, then for API management, you need to just take this, Control C. So the cloud integration itself, what you can do is click on uh, create a new configuration out of the existing one. So just replace this one, API management. Other parameters will be same. Now click on save. Fine. Okay. Now what you're going to do is we're going to go to your cloud integration. Within the cloud integration, go to settings. Within this, go to integrations. Then you need to select the transport option there. Now currently it is set to none. So you need to click on edit and transport mode. Select it as transport management service. Then you need to check the configuration, whether the destinations are properly configured or not, right? Now click on check configuration. The results, we have status success, configuration check OK for cloud integration, and status error description for transport management service. For TMS, there is an error that we'll see what is the problem. Then internal error TMS check destination configuration error in transport management service. Failed to resolve HTTPS. So by mistake, it might have gone to HTTPS. Okay. So now let's go back to this transport management service. Okay, there's a token service, URL service. There is a small problem here. So just will remove it, the extra part. And we want the client secret. So client secret for transport management. Client secret is this one. And the token URL is this. Click on check connection. So transport management service established. It's fine. Now let's click on check the configuration again. Yes. Now configuration check details for your cloud integration and the transport management service. Both are configured perfectly, right? Now we can close this. And now if you go to your content agent service, now refresh. And let's make this to 80%. So previously cloud transport management was not connected. So before content agent service, the only way to transport integration content artifacts between your integration tenants in the Cloud Foundry environment was manually exporting and importing the packages. But with the content agent service, so content agent service is a tool that acts as a local agent and operates at sub account level for managing the content operations for different SAP BTP services. So content agent service is a Cloud Foundry based utility service. Point one, it acts like an agent that allows you to assemble the integration content and also export it to the transport queue using the transport solutions like Ctms or change in transport management system. So this is the overview screen of your content agent service. One is with application also, you can assemble the packages. Otherwise, you can directly come to your content agent service. Then you can export and import the packages and transport the objects to the development or to QA and production. So you can export and import also. And the contents normally, so content is an artifact used as design time or runtime in different SAP BTP applications. So cloud application solutions, for example, integration, destination, SAP API management, and so on, have a requirement to manage the content and deploy the continuous changes in this content as packages across various landscapes. Depending on your requirement, you can import, assemble different content types as package, and export it using your CTMS. So in the BTP for workflow, we have definitions. For API management, we have proxies and policies. Business rules, we have rules. Business logging, we have translations. Destination, we have destinations to be transported. For authorizations, users, groups, and roles. Mobile services is your apps. And for cloud integration, we transport your packages as a content. So what does Content Agent do? So Content Agent Service offers standardized interface to manage various types of content in SAP BTP. So Content Agent Service is a agent between your source and the target. Now, BTP applications are linked to your, say for example, so BTP applications are linked to Content Agent Service, and Content Agent Service has been linked to your Cloud Transport Management Service. Then to the receiver side, we have again a connection from your CTS to your Content Agent Service, and that connects to your SAP BTP application. So whenever you transport the content to you from your development system, the content has been sent to Content Agent. Then Content Agent assembles and uh, imports into your Cloud Transport Management Service. From there, it exports the data content through your Content Agent to the target BTP application. So the functionalities of the service is we can integrate content CAS with CTMS. You can export the content with its dependencies and relate between content between the sub accounts. You can view the content details that are required for transport activities and the activities performed in the UI.